for a couple of touchdowns, 246 yards in his first snap, and they'll give it to Freeman, and Royce Freeman gets knocked down a very short game.
To this atmosphere.
Adams' first pass is complete. Got it out to Charles Nelson. Nelson, who didn't play last week.
On the inside.
Pickup of 19. Now back to the ground, and tough goal in the middle. Freeman's carried it a couple of times. Notice picture on the play card.
I like that.
Adams getting rushed, and he just tosses it out of bounds. 3rd and 9. Deadly 3rd and short. Not quite as proficient on 3rd and long. Adams, nice grab out of the backfield, and Freeman will have the first down. So you have Nelson back, you have Allen making his first appearance this year as well. Adams escapes a little trouble, throws it to the outside, and there's Nelson again making a grab. First. Adams being chased. Gets away from one. Now Adams firing toward the end zone, just out of the outstretched arms of Braylon Addison.
Defense is in the country.
Running back is Kenai Benoit. Nelson gets it out in the flat. He's got a couple of blockers. Nelson spins his way down close to the 20-yard line. 3 receivers top of the screen. They'll keep it on the ground. Freeman, big hole, burst inside the 10 and down inside the 5.
Lulled to sleep, and they rip up the middle with Freeman.
Michigan State was scrambling to get lined up. Vernon Adams keeps it.
Their preparation for this game.
Give. Freeman finds his way nicely into the end zone, and the Ducks are on the board. He's the only guy in Pac-12 history to finish a season with 1,000 yards rushing, and then the next one 1,000 receiving. Charles Nelson appears to be on his way, maybe not to 1,000, but on his way to
blocks from these wide receivers. That's why there's so much room to run.
Freeman kicking and pushing his way.
Can still hit a crease and get vertical in a hurry.
Adams left it, and the ball's on the ground. Freeman put it down, and Oregon was able to jump on it.
You win it against the offensive lineman, and you get penetration.
Vernon Adams needs 18. He's going to get nothing in like it. Michigan State's defense rising up. Shilique Calhoun was the guy.
Rush 3, they drop 8. He's looking at his primary. Right away, he sees nothing but green jerseys, nowhere to go with the ball, and he's got to eat it. But Michigan State on 3rd down, if they can get Oregon to 3rd and 7 plus.
Last weekend, now the NFL's going full board too. Back to the ground with Royce Freeman. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage, but
definitely favors Michigan State's defensive line.
Freeman gets out in the flat and empties, and Adams throws and almost had that thing picked off. R.J. Williamson.
Look at the push. Malik McDowell from the right coming in right into the face of the quarterback, Vernon Adams. And remember, affect his vision looking downfield.
Michigan State is rotating defensive lineman. Adams gets away from a sure sack, but he doesn't get away the second time. Staying after it was Chris Fry, and he also got a little help there from Demetrius Cooper. Adams goes back to work with a minute and a half, just over that, left to go in the first quarter. To the ground, Royce Freeman.
And throw those quick passes to those receivers.
Adams instead taking a shot, getting his man out there, and it's intercepted, fought away and stripped away by Monte Nicholson. Find that game on the watch app. Vernon Adams right through the hands of Charles Nelson.
Michigan State moving around, see the stemming and the moving, starting to create some confusion up front.
Going to try it again. This time Nelson sure-handed. Nelson's explosive. He has just about first down yardage.
Side running game with Freeman.
Nelson now coming in motion. Royce Freeman, one man to beat. He slips inside him, and a sure tackle hanging on Viante Copeland.
And it's just a play or two that can spark it.
Adams pumps, now flips it out on a little attachment play. Nelson has it again. He steps through a couple of Spartans and gets inside the 45. Adams to a wide open Braylon Addison. Addison spins away from a tackler. He's inside the 20 and dragged down finally, but it'll be 1st and 10 for the Ducks. So just after we send the Ducks an unproductive series, they're right back to moving it. Finding the big tight end, Evan Bayless, and Bayless rumbled. Adams pulls it down. He's got a crease, but oh, a great tackle right at the goal line.
Center Haggerty. He gets off of him and makes the play.
Now Freeman tries to go over the top, and he is denied. It'll be fourth and goal. Vernon sending Marshall in motion. The give is to Freeman. Freeman pushing to the goal line. Michigan State thinks they stopped him, and they did. Yeah, and then you get into that issue, and I would think the next logical guess would be Notre Dame in the early days, as Vernon Adams wanted to play on the big stage. Followed Marcus Mariota. Short completion on second down. Had to pass a math class that put him into camp. Adams ducks under one pursuer and then gets rid of it at the end, and he has a man open. It's Addison.
Last year to Michigan State. This is a left-handed throw. I'm just going to throw it left-handed. I'm going to work with my right to keep you off me, and I'm just going to throw it.
I just gave Vernon Adams, who knew he was ambidextrous also.
Right.
Now Adams uses his right arm and tries to put in the seam, and he's picked off for the second time tonight. R.J. Williamson. Maybe to pull this thing even before halftime. Tunnel screen. There's Byron Marshall. Haven't heard much from him tonight, and he doesn't get much. Oregon with all three timeouts to work with. Vernon Adams. He checks it down. Freeman's got the edge. Freeman knocks off one man inside the 35, gets out of bounds and stops the clock. Adams dancing around, and he danced too long. Knocked down and sacked. Lawrence Thomas was the first guy there. Got some help from Craig Evans.
Timeouts. Its defensive line is having their way up front. I mean, that's just men against boys. Craig Evans is a backup. He's a fresh.
They're taking a lot of time for a team that loves to go quick. Adams pump fakes, and down he goes again.
Off coverage on the inside receivers.
Adams bails out of there, throws it to the outside, incomplete, 4th and 11. Us and all of you, we've got a whole second half of this coming. Vernon Adams on 4th and 11, going to take a shot, got a man out there, and Byron Marshall was very well covered on the outside by Deontay Copeland. Ducks go back to work. Keep it on the ground with Royce Freeman. Nice pickup on
34 yards a game on the ground last year.
Back to the ground, it would be 3rd down.
And it wasn't just 50 yards. It puts a lot on the passing game.
Adams wanted to throw it this time, but he is caught, corralled, and knocked down before he gets to the 1st down.
28%. He's off on his calculations there completely.
Adams out to Braylon Addison completely.
Heather, he's right. I mean, it is the last with him. Now they're starting to learn a lot more about him.
Freeman carries it across the 30.
Not just in this kind of setting, and that's what they're learning about him.
They desperately need a 1st down here, and they got it prior to the
balance, because right now it doesn't feel that way.
Nelson trying to get the corner. Charles Nelson stays on his feet across the 30. Time they won 2004 against Wazoo. If Vernon Adams can rally him. Good start to the 4th quarter for the Ducks as Royce Freeman gets out across the 4th.
A lot on Royce Freeman this year in the running game.
Now Adams off play action down the middle. Braylon Addison makes the grab, and Addison's inside the 35, up 5. Addison in motion. Give to Freeman. Nothing doing. 2nd and long coming.
Entire running game.
Adams out in the flat, too high for Addison, who wisely chased it just in case. On 3rd and long, they flip it out to Freeman in the flat, and he tries to navigate his way through a host of green games in his career here in Eastern Washington. Doesn't need a touchdown, just a 1st down on this one. Adams firing out for Addison, and it is a strike incomplete and a 1st down. A terrific throw from Vernon Adams for the Ducks. Freeman noses down to the 2. Boy, how big does that look about now? Adams going to keep it himself. Vernon Adams into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. And Adams has it back at his own 17-yard line. They give it on the inside, and there's some running room for Royce Freeman, and Freeman under his own power. Tony Brooks-James, the speedster, getting his first carry of the night.
Complement what you see from the more powerful Freeman.
Back to the ground. Brooks-James able to elude people with that speed and gets the first down after the run from Brooks-James. Vernon Adams escapes the reach of Shilique Calhoun. Adams going to keep it himself and picks up as much as he can before getting out of bounds.
And maybe the crowd saw that. Watch the right tackle here as the quarterback steps up.
And Kurt,
right
that
there.
that was Shilique Calhoun that was just healed after that, and he's walking very gingerly. A guy we really enjoyed visiting with the last couple of days. Could
be the spokesman for the athletes, the college football players out there. Well, second year in a row, we've had a chance to sit down with him. It was a touch pass to get over their heads, and Lawrence.
Brooks-James has it. Looking for room, slipping tackles, and a terrific pickup inside the lead back for the Ducks. And we've seen more from Brooks-James, and this is the first time tonight we've met really long one. Adams going to throw for it, going to take the shot, had a man out there and couldn't hook up with Nelson. It'll be fourth room. Adams keeps it. Adams stretching it. He stretched the ball across the yellow line, but the official is running in. He's back in now for the Ducks at running back. Nelson in motion. Adams buying a little time, firing complete. It's Addison. Addison headed to Michigan State territory, and he's knocked down right at the 50-yard line.
Room to run.
Adams a lot of time. Thought about taking a shot, pulls it down, gets what he can, gets about 5, and there's a flag. The Spartans, Ducks perhaps thinking about time. Adams fires to Nelson, who took a shot. Demetrius Cox
hit it and lowered the boom.
Adams getting heat, dances away from it, now throwing, complete, slipping a tackle is Addison. Addison knocked down inside the 15-yard line, yet another.
Trying to find an open man.
Back to the ground, Freeman spinning, and stopped at the 11. And this is the type of patience Helfrich can live with. 5 minutes, tunnel for Addison, shaking guy. Addison pushed out of bounds by Demetrius Cox, and the 7 catches, $139 for Addison. Now back to the ground with Adams. He's trying to find his way, and he is twisted into a pretzel. Adams still has it, scrambling, and just gets rid of it, throws it into the second row, and there's another flag down. So now on 1st and goal, headed to the corner, to the end zone. Royce Freeman, touchdown. And there's another flag that's maybe coming back for a hold. Adams, good protection.
Better run here.
Buying a little time. Still looking, now firing it into traffic. That is not smart, and it pinballed around for a while. Thought he had a shot at the deflection. Another opportunity. Adams steps up, avoids one-on-one coverage in the back, and it's Marshall for the touchdown. Nelson in motion. Ducks have time to keep it on the ground. They've got Royce Freeman inside the 40-yard line in Oregon.
By Royce Freeman on that outside zone.
Freeman trying the middle. Picks up. 90 seconds left in the game. Adams taking a shot. Marshall's out there. He was by himself. And if Adams could have put it on him, the Ducks would have had the lead. Down in 7. Spartans bringing pressure from the outside. Adams in trouble. Adams tries to get away, and he does not. A sack.
Show you right here, they show it, but it drops, and then it comes from here, and even a corner brought the pressure as well. So confusing. The Oregon offensive line, he had open people. If he would have been able to just sit in there and just get rid of the ball.
16. Adams stepping up. Adams firing, short hops it incomplete. Spartans take over.